Even now, upperclassmen can make me feel like I'm back in high school, awkward, nerdy, not part of the cool kids group. Luckily, my husband makes up for my introversion, so I get to be a cool kid by association. And this came up for me at my husband's 40th high school reunion last weekend, which is kind of a funny twist, is that he got held back into my class after getting kicked out of boarding school. So our real 40th reunion is coming next year. But this last week, I definitely had that sensations of just feeling like not part of the cool group, not cool enough. And it's just so funny how instantaneously we can get like thrown into like our shadow limiting beliefs so quickly, right? Point being, this is how our eclipse shadow stuff comes up. So you're cruising along, feeling fine, and then like something triggers you. You're right back in high school, middle school, elementary school, feeling like a fraud, right? My limiting shadow belief that got activated, the one that always gets activated, is I'm not good enough, right? I keep working through it, but it's like the layers of the onion that the next piece peels back and you get to address it, look at it, heal that part of it, and then keep moving until it comes back around again. And that's what the eclipse window is all about. So the first step in dealing with our limiting beliefs is noticing the feeling as soon as you become conscious of it, and then unpacking that shadow belief behind it. So this is the last week of the eclipse portal, which closes on Sunday with the Virgo new moon partial solar eclipse, which sadly is not visible in the US either, just like the lunar eclipse. But it's still happening, and we're still in that eclipse time. So, shadow work is just all about making the unconscious conscious. And I'm borrowing Nancy Levin's words there, my friend and mentor. It's all about the unconscious and making it conscious. In fact, I had a client just last week say she thinks the shadow just is the unconscious. And I thought, that's brilliant. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So this is the foundation of our real inner healing, is dealing with this shadow work of making this unconscious conscious, so we can make different choices and take different actions around it instead of being staying stuck in that unconscious place that's just running the show in the background. Okay, some other planetary shifts this week. What's happening? Mercury's moving into Libra. And Mercury represents the reflection of our mental state, right? I think the planets are mirrors of the collective energy. They're the macro to our micro, right? As above, so below. So Mercury, our mental state, moving into Libra, which is another air sign, which is about mental thinking, but relationships, awareness, and balance. So the invitation is just to notice where you need to bring more awareness to your relationships with others or with yourself. And often it's the shifting of the relationship with ourselves, increasing that awareness, aka doing shadow work, that shifts our relationships with others, right? We work on ourselves and then it radiates out and it makes the rest of our relationships different. Also, Venus is moving into Virgo. Oh, I thought I didn't hit record. Sorry, little brain moment there. Venus is moving into Virgo. So Venus represents our feminine embodiment, and Virgo is the Earth Priestess energy. So I love Venus in Virgo. It's so exciting to me. So Venus in Virgo reminds us that we are spiritual beings in our physical bodies, right? And Virgo's all about like our sacred work, grounding, connecting with the earth, communing with, recognizing our unity with the earth, the plants, the animals, nature, Mother Earth. That's the offering of Venus in Virgo. And how can we just ground, come back into our bodies, and connect with the unity that is all of us together, whether it's the planets that we see from the earth itself. That's Venus in Virgo, is that beingness and just dropping back into that sacred connection that all of our ancestors had, and we've just moved away from over, especially the last like 500 years, where we're just all separate from and above and different than and better than, like the earth and all of the earth's offerings, even though we are an earth offering ourselves. All right, lastly, I'll just say the crescent moon, the waning crescent moon, getting smaller. Crescent moon is going to meet with Venus on Friday morning. So you can see that in the east before the sunrise. Venus is the bright star. She's nearing the end of her morning star phase of her cycle. So soon she's going to be disappearing into the light of the sun, and we won't be able to see Venus in the morning sky anymore. Ancient people called this Venus is going into the underworld, which is just another powerful time to do our shadow work around the feminine, which is something that's obviously so needed in our patriarchal culture. But Venus is going to be moving on the other side of the sun from us. And so we won't be able to see Venus for a few months. So if you're up early, check it out, because it's one of those inspiring sites. It literally inspired our oldest written myth that we have on the planet Earth. So I'm Sheridan, your astrology life coach. I am all about supporting women who feel overwhelmed, are dealing with perfectionism, and stuck in cycles of self-sabotage, to clean out that mental junk using astrology and transformational coaching so you can make real life change. We literally do the shadow work together. Also, I'm teaching a free equinox workshop next Monday on September 22nd. Find your balance. That's what the equinox is all about. It's an astrology coaching experience to align with the balance of equal day and night and our shadow and light. The link to learn more and register is below. I'm wishing you an empowered feminine week, and subscribe, like, comment, or reply, however you're watching this, and share what you would like to create more balance around in your life during this eclipse. This equinox time that's coming on Monday.